Good evening, Charmaine. How you doing?
I'm very good. How are you, Erica?
I'm doing awesome. I am so happy to have this pleasure of being here. I know I'm the last person here with you at your grand opening for your new publication that you have that's called I Am East St. Louis,
The magazine.
the magazine.
Yes.
So tell us basically, what was your first thoughts when you decided to create this magazine?
Well, my thought was that I wanted to present something that represented the quality of people that are from East St. Louis, the quality of people that we produce in East St. Louis, and that's why I wanted it to be one of the highest quality publications that I had put my hands on, and that's what it turned out to be.
So what was the first article that you wanted to write for this magazine?
Well, the first article that I wanted to write, I wanted Ambassador Donald McHenry to be the anchor for the magazine. That's what I call it, like the one main person that I want to feature in the magazine. And so we were able to get the interview with him, and Steve and my photographer and we traveled to Washington, D.C. and got that interview, and it was really an epic trip.
So what was that interview like? I mean, I know he's like a world-renowned East St. Louis, and what was that moment like when you first got to his house and you stepped on his doorstep and rang the doorbell or knocked on the door? What was it like?
Well, it was anxiety because it took him a little while to get to the door. But when he opened the door, I just felt the warmth. You know, I call it the East St. Louis style hospitality. He brought us in, told us he had gone to the gym that day, and he said that he's in great shape, but he was feeling a little bit stiff that day. So that was kind of funny. But he was very, very warm. We interviewed him in his library, in his home library. It's very stately room, and he talked. He talked a really long time. I felt like I was listening to an audio book of his memoirs, and I felt really blessed to be the one that he shared with like that.
And what was your main goal? What did you want to really get from that interview with him?
You want me to get that one? Okay. What I wanted to get was I want our children to see that he is not unlike them. And I mentioned that to him also, that, we're going to have students who read this. Adults are going to read the magazine, of course, but we also have students reading the magazine. And I wanted his take on what kind of message he would tell them about perseverance and about sticking to what it is that you want to do. And, you may be able to reach the heights that he did in his career field.
Okay, now I noticed also you had the mayor of East St. Louis, Mary Mika Jackson Hicks,
Yes.
on the front cover.
Yes.
So what was that interview like?
Well, I actually, 2 sessions. I was with the mayor for two different sessions, and it was, it was really emotional. I mean, the mayor is very passionate about the role that she's been elected to in the city, and there's so much that she wants to accomplish in the city, and I just want to be part of that. I'm glad to be home at this point in the history of East St. Louis.
Okay, so what was her main goal that she wanted to accomplish for the city of East St. Louis?
Well, I'll say this. The title of her article is All Hands on Deck. And I think that sets the tone for what it is she's saying. We can't expect, we know what kind of city government we have. We have a manager council form of government. And so the mayor really has limitations on what she's able to accomplish by herself in that role, or any mayor in that role in our city. So she understands that there's nothing she's going to be able to accomplish on her own. And so all of the citizens have to be part of the change that we want to see in East St. Louis.
Okay, and another main article that I saw you had there was Mr. Senator Dick Durbin.
Yes.
And what was that interview like in Washington, D.C.? What was that like?
Well, I was really excited. First of all, I just cold called his staff and said, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. I'm interviewing Ambassador Donna McHenry, and I would love the opportunity to sit and meet with the senator to get an interview with him. And they worked really hard to try to time it so that we could do the interview with him the same week that we were interviewing Ambassador McHenry. And the Pope was in town during that week, so you can imagine what it was like in Washington, D.C. We actually met with Senator Durbin in his office in the Capitol, which I was very excited about that because, you know, he has an office in, I think it's the Hart Building where he has his office as well. But they were in session, and we were able to meet with him in the Capitol. And, you know, you just don't have the opportunity to have if that's what the citizens want, then I want to be part of that. And he said he is going to be part of that.
All right, that's awesome. Now, we're here on January the 3rd, 2016, at your grand opening.
Yes.
And what was that like when you let the first person in the door?
Oh my goodness. When I got here, people started coming in. People came early. So I came in here and I was kind of looking like this, no lipstick or anything like that. And so it took me probably like 30 minutes being here before I was able to go to the bathroom to apply some lipstick. But, you know, it was just nonstop from the time I walked in the door. When I, most of the time, I won't say most of the time, in the beginning, I was in the foyer area greeting people as they came in. But when we started the formal part of the program, and I was able to go up where the band was playing and get on the microphone and talk to the people here, and when I looked around, all I saw were people, heads and faces, and the tops of people's heads. And I wanted to stand on a little platform, so I had a stool that I was standing on, and it was just, I felt so proud that people came out to support this for East St. Louis. Because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's not about any individuals. It's not about the people that are in the publication. It's about the city. And it's about us showing the city in the light that we deserve.
All right, well, this is part one of this interview with Mrs. Charmaine Savage here, the editor-in-chief of the new publication called I Am St. Louis, I Am East St. Louis,
Yes.
the magazine.
The editor-in-chief, the founder, the publisher, all of the above. Yes.
All right, now go ahead, girl. All right, and like I said, this is part one. I want to thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
And it's a grand opportunity for me, like I said, to be able to come from Ferguson, Missouri, to capture you and be a part of this history. And I thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
Once again, this is January the 3rd, 2016, and we're here at the Catherine Downer Museum in East St. Louis, Illinois.
Support the museum, please.
All right.